Hey guys, it's Chris, and I'm here to do my Fantasy Fest Readathon TBR. The Fantasy Fest Readathon was created by Rainbow Skychild. I'm going to put links to all of the Fantasy Fest Readathon things down below. It is from November 1st to November 7th, and the point of it is just to read as much fantasy as possible. There are reading challenges. I'm not going to be doing them. I kind of just couldn't. I was sitting there like, okay, trying to look through my fantasy stuff, and decided I was going to do all of the fantasy, or at least a lot of the fantasy that I have in ebook format, because I haven't read any of it and I have so much of it on my Kindle. But none of it really fit the challenges as much, so I just kind of picked the ones that I really wanted to read, and that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm also going to be doing NaNoWriMo in November, and I'm also starting a new job in like 3 days, so we're going to see how much of these I actually get done, but I'm going to try really, really hard. And here is what I'm going to be reading. First off, I'm going to be reading Turbulence books 1 through 8 of that series. It is a series about a gay pilot, I believe, and who's on a new flight that goes over the Bermuda Triangle or through the Bermuda Triangle. Weird things happen on this flight. And yeah, his love interest is a black guy. I think the second book is from his perspective. It's an interracial relationship, interracial queer relationship, like the one I'm in. I thought this book would be kind of cool for me to read. I don't know. And it's fantasy, so I'm excited for it. And they're each about 40 pages, 30 to 40 pages each. So that's why I figured I'd just read them in order. Just read 1 through 8, knock it out the box. Next up that I want to read is Ash by Melinda Lowe. I've wanted to read some Melinda Lowe for a while. This is like a lesbian Cinderella story, and that's all I really know. Next, I want to read Shadow Scars, Rogue Wolf by Zilperdita. But yeah, this is a story about I'm assuming this guy is a werewolf or a wolf shifter of some kind. And he is a detective. He's also gay. And all of them are gay so far. He's also gay, and he has a new partner who is a seer. That's all I really know about the series. I want to read The Ivory Prison, another LGBT book by Ashlyn Dabe. I know nothing about The Ivory Prison at all, except for that it's fantasy and there's a queer character. But it's written by Ashlyn Dabe, who wrote The Circle, which is something I really, really loved, and I'm waiting for the second part of. So I wanted to read her other thing that was out, which is this. And it's another short fantasy. It's about 18 pages. Nexus Crypt is the first book in the Molly Madison series. Molly is a girl who grew up in a funeral home, I believe, and she can see ghosts or spirits or something like that. And she falls in love with one. That's all I really know about it. I've had it for forever, like since I started reading again on my Kindle. I've had that because I downloaded it then, and I still haven't read it yet, so I wanted to throw it on here and try to read it. The last one that I'm going to want to read is from this year's Goodreads Emma Romance Groups challenge, and it's called Altered States. I don't know much about it. I know it's one of the challenges for this year. It's a detective story, like kind of like Rogue Shadow Scars. But I believe both of the detectives are human. They're both gay. I think they're gonna be like a relationship thing again. But I think they're both human, but they're investigating something that ends up being kind of supernatural, and maybe dealing with vampires and witches and things. I'm not really sure. I'm excited. If I can finish all of those, I'm gonna try to read Kaleo. It's about a gay kid who is a social outcast and then finds out that he's something else, that he has some powers or something like that, and go from there. I've heard some good things about the series and bad things about the series, but I want to try it out for myself. That's why I wanted to see if I can read it. I downloaded it, so I might read it for that, or I might save it for later if I can't get to it. And the other thing I'd want to try to read would be Huntress, which is the prequel to Ash by Melinda Lowe, which I actually have out from Overdrive 2, or Shadow Shaper, which is another book that I think I'll have in from Overdrive by that time because I'm next in line for it. So, yeah, that's my Fantasy Fest Readathon TBR. All of the characters are queer except for, yeah, all of my characters I think are queer except for Crypt Keeper. All of these books are LGBT except for Crypt Keeper. That was not my intention. It happened that way. I'm okay with it. So yeah, I hope you guys join in, read as much fantasy as you can at the beginning of November. If you want to do it, totally should go for it. I'm going to have some fun with it for sure, and I will see you all in my next video.